Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1.
Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports.
What is up, golf fans? Welcome into From the Rough. It's America's favorite golf podcast right here on FanStream Sports. Welcome into the program. Welcome into the network here at FanStream Sports, now nationwide, with options in Dallas, Ohio, and Tampa Bay, with other options coming soon for you. We are originating right here from sunny and hot Dallas-Fort Worth, just north of the Star, the home of the Dallas Cowboys. Coming at you from my home studio. Brought to you by, as always, from Orion Golf, Tom's Town Distilling Company, Turf Life, and Golf Central Magazine. And boys and girls, what a week we had at TPC Deere Run. Got a chance to watch just a ton of it, with the exception of early on Sunday when we had F1 and IndyCar duty. But for the most part, the most important part of Sunday, the back nine, and of course the one-hole playoff. We didn't get the extended playoff that we had the week before, but we did get a one-hole playoff with not nearly as much drama as we could have had. But the result is move over and make room for another multi-event winner on the PGA Tour this season as Brian Campbell emerges from a crowded leaderboard and a one-hole playoff amid scattered rain showers, some wind, some sun, some more rain. All of that happening at TPC Deere Run as he claims the 2025 John Deere Classic with a score of 18 under. And look, if you watch this show regularly, you will know I am not a fan of the tournament that ends at 18 under. However, this felt a little different, and I don't know why. I can't explain it. This did not feel like a tournament that just went super low all week. You know, I mean, obviously we didn't get to 30 under. We didn't get to 25 under. We didn't even get to 20 under. But this did not feel like the same kind of tournament that I'm used to bitching about and groaning about and moaning about. With, you know, when the guys go so low that, to me, it's not fun to watch. This didn't have that feel at all. And I don't know if it's just the course. This is not one of those courses where you're going to have guys that just outdrive everybody win, because Brian Campbell is not that guy. You're going to have guys that are technical, and the result this week was a guy who just mastered his putts. And you saw the guys who were not mastering their putts fall by the wayside, as the guy that I was, of course, everyone knows I was pulling for, my buddy Max Homa, on Sunday, as he gave us flashes that I thought maybe this would be the week. But Max couldn't find a fairway, and then he couldn't make a putt to save his life. I texted our buddy John Gerber. I said, Max cannot make a putt or find a fairway to save his life, and Johnny replied with, yep, he's still got some demons. And, man, those demons are charging hard at Max Homa right now, but he's got to come away pretty confident after that showing. We'll get into some more of Max Homa talk in a little bit. But this is the second victory of Brian Campbell's career, and they both come in the last 5 months. Of course, the last time he won was at the Mexico Open in February, the tournament that I rarely recognize as a PGA Tour event because it's in Mexico. Nobody likes Mexico. But since it's on the calendar and the wins count and the FedEx Cup points count, I guess I'll count it too. And oddly enough, it took Brian Campbell 187 PGA Tour sanctioned events to raise his first trophy, and then just 13 more to raise his second trophy. In between the two starts, He finished no better than T32, which he accomplished in back-to-back weeks at the Masters and the RBC Heritage. But now, with a win this week, he will join names like Rory McIlroy, Scotty Scheffler, Ben Griffin. My name is Sepp Straka, and Ryan Fox as players to win multiple times on the PGA Tour this season. He climbs he climbs from just inside the top 60 in the FedEx Cup standings to number 28. He gives himself now an inside path to qualify for the Tour Championship. For the second straight season now, he will be invited to the Masters, the PGA Championship, and the Players Championship. And if he can maintain his place inside the top 50 and qualifies for the BMW Championship, he will also earn spots onto all of those 2026 signature events, if indeed we have signature events in 2026. And as I wrote in my post-tournament article, please, for the love of God, can we not have signature events in 2026? I would like that very, very much, and I know a lot of people would too, but especially the guys that don't get into the signature events. But anyway, here we are. We had kind of a log jam at 14 under to start Sunday. Brian Campbell was one stroke off the pace of the 54-hole leader, and my future Eskimo brother, Davis Thompson. But Campbell cruised, man, in the final round. He had a couple of early birdies on the front nine that allowed him to keep pace with some of the guys higher on the leaderboard, but it wasn't until he made that turn that he put it into overdrive and just dominated. He made 3 birdies on the first 4 holes of his inward 9. He seized control of the tournament and grabbed the solo lead heading down the home stretch of TPC Deere Creek. Good God. Here, we're going to rewind that again. Campbell seized control of the tournament and grabbed the solo lead heading down the home stretch of TPC Deere Run. I haven't drank today, by the way, guys. That's probably what's wrong with me. It's just, it's after 5 here in Dallas. I was kind of waiting until after the show to crack open a cold one and maybe a Jaeger shot, but I can tell now I probably should have done that beforehand. But Campbell, with his name sitting atop the leaderboard all by himself, he put one of the worst swings of the day on his drive on the par 4 15th. That led to a double bogey, and then he surrendered his lead over Emiliano Grillo. And Johnny, I know you're watching, and you're going to get on to me for saying Emiliano Grillo, but that is literally how everybody said it on the broadcast over the week, so I'm sticking to Grillo. That's all I'm saying. It is Emiliano Grillo, and that's who it will always be from now on. You'll never convince me of otherwise. Campbell was able to kind of press his position, though. He missed a close birdie bid on 14, and Grillo missed that short 5-foot par save on 14. He dropped the shot to Campbell at 17 under. They matched birdies on the 71st hole, pushing them both to 18 under, and then they matched pars on the final hole to qualify for overtime, golf playoff, the golf post-tournament season situation, extra holes, whatever you want to call it. And, man, I will tell you what, Brian Campbell showed more gumption on that playoff hole than I maybe have ever seen him show ever in either in his first win or even in his first 72 holes this week. As he just nails the drive in the center of the fairway. And again, he's not the longest driver, but he was able to find some distance this week. He took a really aggressive second shot that left him just 16 feet short of the hole. It was the perfect shot, the perfect approach shot. It put a lot of pressure on Emiliano Grillo, who was out of position after his tee shot. He then tried to press, and his second shot, his approach shot, flew the green by about 20 yards. It wasn't even close. And he's in the deep cut. And that was setting him up for a near impossible, well, it was at the time, impossible up and down because he didn't even get close after his third shot. He heard the most 3 dreaded words in golf: "You're still out." And then he just couldn't get it together on the playoff hole. I think that second shot that he saw Campbell hit, I think that pretty much mentally did him in. I think he knew that he had no chance. So yeah, Grillo goes in bogey on the first playoff hole. Campbell almost made that 16-foot birdie putt, but then he just tapped in for par for his second win of the season, and one of very few multiple-time winners on the PGA Tour. Lots of fun stuff, lots of good things to talk about. I thought we would go ahead and take our quick break. Then we will come back, talk about some of the other players, maybe give our grades. Johnny's not here, so I can grade whoever, however I want. It's a Johnny free show, you guys. If you're into that, then enjoy it. He's on drunk golf assignment today once again. Our show today brought to you by Orion Golf. Orion Golf Management Solutions. They are the solution for everything that you need. If you own a golf facility, any kind of golf facility, whether it's, a driving range, you run a golf course, a country club, anything related like that, they can help you out with staffing, with events management, with merchandise, with food and beverage, anything you need. They are there to help you out. Go over to OrionGolf.com. Let them know Tim and Johnny sent you from the rough, and they will be happy to help you out. OrionGolf.com. We will be back after this. Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka, named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
Hi golfers, IndyCar Tim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine, it's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. What is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent-rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now.
Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. PGA of America member Johnny Gerber is on drunk golf assignment today. Traveling, all those good things. Trying to make us some money. That's what he's doing. By the way, we do have all of the great FanStream Sports merch available for you. Got these t-shirts. Got us some hats. Not wearing the hat today, but there you go. The hats are available in red, white, and blue. America. We've got a lot of assorted colors of the shirts. We will let you know how to make those available, how we can make those available for you. We're giving those away on the JP Peterson Show, Colby Sapp and IndyCarTim Show. Maybe we'll give a couple away here on From the Rough occasionally. But look for those online. And, of course, brought to you by Tom's Town, the premier distilling company in Kansas City, Missouri, with some of the best craft distilled liquors that are out there on the market. Available for delivery in, I think, 41 states across the country. So head over to toms-town.com to see if your address is available for delivery. Check out one of their great bourbons, gins, my favorite, the vodka, or one of their great seltzers over at toms-town.com. We'll see you there. So back to our favorite tournament this week, which was, of course, the John Deere Classic there at TPC Deere Run. Brian Campbell coming out on top in the play after the single playoff hole. Of course, Brian gets an A+. What else would you give him? And as far as your second place finisher, the guy that lost the playoff, that had no shot in the playoff, look, that one playoff hole was quite uninspiring by Emiliano Grillo, but make no mistake, it should not take anything away from his otherwise fantastic week at TPC Deere Run. He's got 4 top 25s in his last 5 starts. He finally got the most out of his game at a pretty crucial time. He stood at number 105 in the FedEx Cup standings when the week started. He now jumps inside the top 70 with the postseason fast approaching. So I gave Emiliano Grillo an A because I'm not grading him on the playoff hole. Otherwise, it'd be an F. But just his week in general, I thought he played really, really well. I was highly impressed. Look, now let's get to my guy. Had some people texting me all day Sunday, man, your boy Max might do it. You know, he could have, but sometimes, as has been the case with his game over the past few months, sometimes he just forgets how to play golf at the most inexplicable times. He started Sunday just 1 stroke off the lead. He asserted himself with 3 straight birdies on his first 4 holes, and that's when I thought, man, this could be something special for Max. This was enough all by itself to put his name on top of the leaderboard. But after that, things went south. 2 bogeys to close out his front 9 saw him drift 3 strokes off the pace around the turn, and he just could not find anything from there. He missed fairway after fairway. He missed putt after putt. But there are still a ton of positives from him to pick up after his performance at TPC Deere Run. Just so much confidence he should have gained, because I'm telling you guys, he was lost. He was grasping for things with his golf game. And for him to have a performance like that, especially on a Sunday, I know he fell off late, but he was able to get up there for a short time on the front 9 of his final round. And I couldn't be more proud. Would I've liked to have seen him cross the finish line first? Of course. but there are so many things positive that he can take from this. For the most part, he was striking the ball very, very well. The driver pretty much was his friend for the first 3 days. Sunday, not so much. But it's his first top 10 of the season, and it pushes him inside the top 100 in the FedEx Cup standings. I gave my buddy Max an A. Maxie gets an A, just because he's Maxie. At 15 under, tied for 11th, Denny McCarthy. So the first victory for Denny McCarthy is going to have to wait another week. He was unable to get things going in his middle rounds to make a real move up the leaderboard. He spent most of the week buried on the leaderboard in the second or third pages before a final round flurry catapulted him into the top 15. That's now 4 straight top 15 finishes at TPC Deere Run. His iron play continues to improve to set up his biggest weapon with more and more birdie looks. I gave Denny a B simply because of his second and third rounds. I thought Thursday he played great. I thought Sunday he played well. Those 2 middle rounds did not do him any favors. I'm giving him a B. And again, if you guys disagree with my grading, number one, I don't care. Number 2, I'm just kidding. Number 2, I would really love to hear from you at IndyCarTim across all social medias, or if you're watching the live video or the recorded video, just leave me a comment on the YouTube page here. I would love to see it and love to hear from you. Also at 15 under at T11, along with Danny McCarthy, Siwoo Kim. It was another week in which he was sort of befuddled by his putter. He switched out a traditional blade for a broomstick in the middle of the tournament, and that helped him a little bit, but not much. He gained marginally on the greens on Sunday en route to his 65 to put a bow on another sensational week from tee to green. He finds himself in a precarious position 1 month away from the postseason as he continues battling to make the Tour Championship while maintaining his place inside the top 50. For Siwoo Kim, I gave him a B-. He's got to figure something out with the putter, and I never, ever, ever like when a guy switches his blade midway through a tournament. That is just a sign of massive desperation. And I mean, I get it. If you're that desperate, you're going to do something that drastic. I just don't like to see it. Now you wonder, what's he going to do heading into the week now? But, overall, again, tee to green, thought he played relatively well, but unfortunately, the blade, the flat stick, could not get it done for him. B. I gave Siwoo Kim a B. Sorry, I was distracted for a second. At 14 under, how about a T18, a top 20 finish for one Ricky Fowler? Don't know why I did that. Look, he just didn't make his first start at Deere Run since his rookie season without a good reason. He's outside the top 70 in the FedEx Cup standings entering the event. He finished up well enough to slide inside the magic number with 4 weeks left. There are reasons to be excited for Fowler fans as he is slowly but surely piecing his game together, with this week's effort being led by a strong performance with his driver. And that's sort of been a consistent bugaboo for him, I think, this year. But all in all, a top 20 finish for Ricky, for a guy that was almost in desperation mode himself to get some points, did just that. Gave Ricky a B. Gave Ricky a B for this week. And then finally, one of our guys, a guy that has looked tremendously good this year, especially late in the season, recently. He missed the cut, and that is Ben Griffin. He was so hot across so many areas of his game, and that all came to a screeching halt as he played his final 2 holes on Friday in 3-over fashion to go from inside the cut line to packing his bags for the weekend. It represented his first early exit in a couple of months, put an end to a run of 6 straight top 15 finishes. That included a win, a runner-up, and a pair of top 10s in the 2 major championships. He now has to take a week off to get his boots on the ground at Royal Portrush for the British Open, where he hopes to make the cut for the first time in 3 attempts. And it's not good that he's getting an F heading into Royal Portrush, but here we are. That is where we stand right now. Ben Griffin. I'm not sure what was going on in his head, but to go 3 over on the final 2 holes on Friday to miss the cut, that's inexcusable for a guy of his stature and a guy that was on the incredible run that he was on for sure. Yes, Mr. Producer. That's a good call. Let's go ahead and take our second break of the show. We'll come back, and it's time to get into Johnny's picks, and he is not here to talk about his picks. But I, of course, have his picks, and I can tell you what his numbers look like. Good week for Johnny. Good week for the system. If you were following the system, he did not get a winner, but all in all, it was a good week, I think. If you were following the system, and if you were playing the system, you also had a good week. And we'll be back to talk about that after this.
Hi, golfers. IndyCarTim here. I want to talk to you a little bit about Golf Central Magazine. It's not just a golf magazine. It's the magazine for everything. Turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Head over to golfcentralmag.com and check out the latest issue. Some of the regular features in Golf Central Magazine: the Golf Bachelorette of the Month, the Golf Bachelor of the Month, the Golf Cart Girl of the Month, Golf History, Grip It, and Sip It. So head over to golfcentralmag.com. It's free. It's the magazine for everything: turf, travel, philanthropy, and lifestyle. Golf Central Magazine at golfcentralmag.com. We'll see you there.
Today's show is brought to you by Tomstown, a premier craft distillery based in Kansas City, Missouri. Discover their award-winning lineup, including double oaked bourbon, botanical gin, and double grain vodka. Named the best craft vodka by the readers of USA Today. Available for online delivery in 40 states. Visit toms-town.com or their Kansas City distillery to explore more. Elevate your game with Tomstown, where history meets innovation. Please enjoy responsibly.
JP here for the Jeeves Law Group and my man Scott Jeeves. If you're going to hire an attorney, do you want some guy looking for a quick settlement and a quick buck, or do you want an attorney with some chops? Scott is a board-certified civil trial lawyer and a certified circuit court mediator. Been practicing in the Tampa Bay area for over 30 years. He is a peer-reviewed AV preeminent-rated civil trial lawyer. They just don't hand out those classifications. He's been the lead class action counsel on many complex consumer protection cases and has handled hundreds of serious personal injury cases. He's dedicated his career to protecting injured victims and is committed to vigorously representing you. We're local, we're trusted, and we get results. Personal injury and personal attention. Call for a free case evaluation. That's 888-9-JEEVES. That's 888-9-JEEVES. The Jeeves Law Group.
Hello, folks. Let's talk a little bit about turf life. And what is turf life? It's pretty much if your life involves turf in any way, shape, or form, you live the turf life. Go ahead and brand yourself with the turf life. Maybe a back window decal, maybe a hat. You know where you can get those kinds of things to showcase that your life revolves around sports and or anything that involves sports. If it's a sports business or sports education or just your enjoyment of the outdoors, head over to turflifeclub.com. Become a turf head. Join the club today. You can do that by going to that said website that I just told you to go to. You can snag your window decal like I was talking about, or any of your other turf life accessories. Show everybody that you live the turf life, and we'll see you there over there at that turflifeclub.com.
Orion Golf Management Solutions. Orion Management Solutions has tailored its service packages just like it tailors its approach to customers. Some owners need more supervision, while others need periodic assessment of their short-term and long-term strategies and programs. Orion can be called in to develop a business plan with the existing staff, or we can assist with the daily management of a facility or event. Either way, we make sure the client is satisfied and understands the direction the facility needs to go in order to achieve the owner's goals. Orion Management Solutions can help with owner assistance service solutions, daily course management, business plan development, monthly operations, or as-needed consulting services. Whatever your need, Orion Golf Management Solutions can help. Check out oriongolf.com.
Let's go.
Right now.
Back to the show on FanStream Sports.
Welcome back to From the Rough right here on FanStream Sports. I'm IndyCarTim. PGA of America member Johnny Gerber is off on drunk golf assignment traveling today. He will be back with us for Wednesday's preview of the Scottish Open. Might talk about that other thing too. I don't know, the ISCO Championship up in Louisville. Is it Louisville or Louisville? I feel like I've been saying Louisville because here in close to Dallas, we have a suburb called Louisville, but it's spelled differently. But I hear people from there say Louisville, and I gag a little bit when I say it like they say it. Louisville. I'm not saying it like that anymore. It's Louisville, Kentucky. But I digress. Welcome back to From the Rough. Let's get into some of the show, the part of the show that everybody enjoys the most of, especially on winning weeks, with our recap of the picks, of Johnny's picks, which means, of course, first of all, we have to get into Tim's very much struggling dartboard picks of the week, as wasn't the worst. I had Denny McCarthy as my winner at 28-1. He ended up finishing T11. Had Ricky Fowler in my top 10. Just missed out on that as he finished T18. That was a plus 600. That had great value for Ricky Fowler in the top 10. We just missed out of that. In my top 20, I took a flyer on a plus 275 for Christian Bezuidenhout, Gesundheit, who ended up missing the cut. So not a great week on my dartboard picks, but it's not supposed to be a great week on my dartboard picks. That's why they're dartboard picks. That's why we have fun with them. You know what? I don't gloat too terribly much when I hit on one of them because I know there's no skill for me. I'm just mainly guessing and applying a few small things I have learned from the professional Johnny Gerber on some of these picks. So it's a little gratifying, but look, I know it's luck when I pick things up. But let's get into Johnny's recap of his picks for the week, as not the best, but not the worst, certainly, with 2 wins on the card for Johnny this week. His winners, Denny McCarthy, we crossed streams on that one, unfortunately. T11, JT Poston missed the cut. Luke Clanton, the brand new pro, was overwhelmed during the week and missed the weekend with a missed cut. Cashmere Keith Mitchell at 55-1 was his ham sandwich long shot. He ended up finishing T44. We had another MC Hammer, boom, boom, can't touch this, with Jason Day at plus 300 in the top 10. But Lucas Glover at plus 400 hit in Johnny's top 10. He finished T5. We had a hit in the top 20 with Kurt Kitayama at plus 275, ended up finishing T5 as well. So 2 hits on Johnny's card in the top 10 and top 20. His second top 20 was Andrew Putnam at plus 300. He WD-40'd. He didn't even play, or finish. So there you go. Johnny on the week, boys and girls. He was plus 475, putting him at a total of plus 3,100. However, where you got your tremendous value, at least where I hope you got your tremendous value from Johnny, was in his matchups. Because that is where Johnny has been helping everyone send their kids to college this year, was on his matchups. This week we had 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. He ended up going 3-0-1 in his matchups. That gives him a matchup total, boys and girls, for the year. Are you ready for this? I feel like I should put this on the screen, and I'm doing this on the fly, boys and girls. So bear with me as I type this out for you. For Johnny's matchups record this year, I might have typos because I'm doing this really fast. This year, not this year's, this year, 41, 10, and 5 is what Johnny is this year on his matchups. 41, 10, and 5. That is why you guys need to be paying special attention on the weekends to the matchups when we have them. We don't always have them because sometimes Johnny just doesn't like what he sees. and that's okay. But 41, 10, and 5, he is up 3,100 units, dollars, whatever it is you want to bet, wherever you want to bet, because that's how we do things around here. We don't even tell you where to go. But go find your own place. We'll just tell you what to place the bet on here on From the Rough. But, yes, very impressive run for Johnny right now, especially on the matchups. Make sure you tune into those. We will give you Johnny's picks for the Genesis Scottish Open on Wednesday, and we might get into some of that ISCO championship from Louisville, Kentucky as well. I'm not sure how we do when we do the dual field event. Sometimes we get to the other event, sometimes we don't. So, but he'll always have picks for you on those if he likes anything, for sure, to make that part of your week and part of following along. But we want to thank everyone who has been a part of this one. Orion Golf Management Solutions at oriongolf.com. How about Tom's Town Distilling Company in Kansas City at toms-town.com? Our buddies over at Turf Life. Be a part of the Turf Life at turflifeclub.com. And, of course, our friends at Golf Central Magazine. Head over to golfcentralmag.com. Put in your email address, and they will send you a fresh new monthly edition each and every month right in your inbox for free. It is Golf Central Magazine. It's not a golf magazine. It is the magazine for everything: travel, philanthropy, lifestyle, food and beverage, and occasionally golf. There's some golf stuff in there for you as well at golfcentralmag.com. Thank you to everyone. Thank you to everyone that tuned in for this, our sponsors, everybody that watched and allowed me to entertain you, at least briefly, for the show today. As I mentioned, Johnny and I will be back on Wednesday, 5 o'clock Central, 6 o'clock Eastern, across all of our FanStream Sports YouTube channels, later wherever you get your podcasts, and on X and Facebook as well. Until then, boys and girls, y'all keep hitting them straight.